I call to order the meeting of the Mayor and the Council of the Borough of River Edge, July 10th, 2023, regular meeting, 6:30 p.m. I ask for a moment of silent prayer and reflection for all those police officers and emergency workers who do so much to keep us safe and to keep our country the wonderful place that it is. Ask everyone to turn and face the flag, which is right there.
Sorry.
Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the council forward. Statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act. This meeting complies with the Open Public Meeting Act by notification on January 9th and via Resolution 23-197 on June 27th of this location, date and time to the Town News and Record, and by posting the same on the Municipal Bulletin Board and the Borough website, and filing notice of the same with the Municipal Clerk. Roll call.
Councilwoman Canigo is currently absent but will be joining later. Council President Kaufman? Here. Councilwoman Monsanto Cowan is also absent currently but will be joining later. Councilwoman Kinsella? Here. Councilwoman Malalari is absent with prior notice. Councilman Benson? Here. Mayor Papaleo?
Present. Very good. Could I call Officer Daniel Mead forward? Officer, thank you for coming. Oh, that's all right. Could I ask his entire family or those present to come forward and stand around him? All right. It's a great day. We're very glad to have Daniel here with his family. Daniel, would you repeat after me? I, state your name.
I, Daniel Mead.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
And the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
And that I.
And that I.
Will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
Will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
And to the government.
And to the government.
Established in the United States.
Established in the United States.
And in this state.
And in this state.
Under the authority of the people.
Under the authority of the people.
I, state your name.
I, Daniel Mead.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully.
That I will faithfully.
Impartially.
Impartially.
And justly.
And justly.
Perform all the duties as a patrol officer.
Perform all the duties of a patrol officer.
Of the River Edge Police Department.
Of the River Edge Police Department.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And we'll have time for pictures in just a little while. Could I call forth Elizabeth Escudero and her family, please? Elizabeth, thank you for coming. Who will be holding the Bible for you?
My sister.
Right here. There you go. Okay. And if you guys stand a little bit more over here, the camera will be able to catch you, and that would be nice, all right? All right. Please raise your hand and repeat after me. I, state your name.
I, Elizabeth Escudero,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I
and that I
will bear true faith and allegiance
will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the government
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and
under the authority of the people. I state your name.
I, Desiree Shapiro,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties as a patrol officer
perform all the duties of a police officer
of the River Edge Police
of
Department
the River Edge Police Department
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Now, if you could come forward with your entire family. Oh. This is going to be all the time? Great. And you might want to. Okay. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nico Puccini,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I
and that I
will bear true faith
will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the government
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I state your name.
I, Nico Puccini,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties as patrol officer
perform all the duties of the patrol officer
of the River Edge Police Department
of the River Edge Police Department
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you. Thank you.
At this point, can I call the council forward? I'd like a motion and second to suspend the meeting for the time necessary, approximately 10-15 minutes, and then resume remotely.
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are suspended for a period of 15 minutes. Thank you. I call back into order the meeting of the Mayor and Council, July 10, 2023, regular meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilman Kanigo,
Present.
Council President Kaufman,
Here.
Councilwoman Montesano Cohen,
Here.
Councilwoman Kinsella,
Here.
Councilman Malari is absent with prior notice, Councilman Benson,
Here.
Mayor Papaleo.
Here. Okay, so agenda items 1, 2, 3 were taking place already outside of Borough Hall for the swearing in of our new police officers, who we're very, very lucky to have, and so is River Edge. We think that they'll make a fine, if not an exemplary addition to our police force. We have approval of minutes. Could I have a motion from Council President Kaufman, a second from Councilman Kanigo, to approve the minutes of the mayor and the council for the regular meeting of June 26, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 I need to abstain, Mr. Mayor. I wasn't there in the meeting.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you for stating that. All right. So item number 7 on our agenda is Proclamations Award. We have a very special award today for honoring Sarah Teresa Bartoloni. She does so much for the town in many ways, as many of our volunteers does, but she's offered a very special talent above and beyond, helping out with the Environmental Protection Commission and making the school town Environmental Commission link possible. And so for all those things and for this, we honor you, Sarah Teresa Bartoloni. So I'm going to read into the record the proclamation, and then I'll give you a few moments to speak if you'd like, okay? Great. Proclamation. Whereas, when the idea of the storm drain art contest was brought to the Environmental Protection Commission, the River Edge Department of Public Works and school administrators were eager to collaborate, and elementary school teachers were willing to coordinate the contest. The only missing piece was the talent. And whereas the project couldn't begin without knowing if the winning designs could be transferred from paper to the storm drains, and whereas Riverdale High School art teacher Sarah Teresa Bartoloni was approached by a number of the Environmental Protection Commission, and asked if she would be willing to find talented River Edge art students who might be willing to help when they reach the painting phase of the project, and she agreed. And whereas in late 2019, no one would have imagined that the schools would be shut down because of the pandemic, making it impossible to recruit high school students, and Sarah Teresa stepped up and volunteered to lead the painting phase. And whereas since that time, Sarah Teresa has spent over 25 hours working with elementary and high school artists to complete 4 different drain designs in River Edge. And whereas Sarah Teresa was able, hold on, I skipped a part there. Painting phrases. These 4 different, yes. Whereas Sarah Teresa was able to communicate with the artists about their designs and collaborate with them in bringing those designs from small scale paper drawing to dynamic and captivating public art. And whereas while many individuals played a role in making storm drain art a success public awareness campaign, the Mayor and Council would like to recognize Sarah Teresa Bartoloni for the time and the leadership that she provided in helping to make this campaign a success. Whereas the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge desires to express appreciation and recognition to you on this date, as you are a true exemplar of volunteerism for all citizens. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Papaleo, Mayor of the Borough of River Edge, and on behalf of the Borough Council, do hereby thank and commend school teacher and artist, Sarah Teresa Bartoloni.
Thank you so much. That is a wonderful honor. I very much appreciate it. I would like to say that this project, when it first came to me, and when it was Laura Hookstrait of the Environmental Commission first approached me, we had no clue it was going to go in this direction, but it has been really exciting and fun. It's been a new experience for me. I actually have enjoyed the time. I've gotten to know our storm drains very closely, and I think that it's just been a wonderful opportunity. I know as the years have gone by and going forward, the students of Riverdale definitely have enjoyed the opportunity to be a part of it as well. It's been a really great experience. I very truly appreciate all those words that you said, and I look forward to continuing. Thank you again for the opportunity and supporting. I know through the DPW and through certain funding and stuff, all the positive outcomes of this campaign, because it is truly an important thing that we need to protect our rainwater, our storm drain water, and just working with our young artists and seeing how we can transfer their art into something semi-permanent is really exciting. So I look forward to more opportunities to continue to work. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right. So that was a wonderful moment. So just like the oath of office for our new officers, and we have one more wonderful moment, a presentation. If we can transfer Mr. Baxter and of Troop 1A4 Eagle Scout Project, and Sean, if Sean is on a separate, it looks like Steve has 2 sign-ons, so I'm assuming one's for him and one's for Sean, into the main screen. So Anne or Michelle, which one of you are trying to bring them over?
And one of them moved over. Yeah, oh, someone declined. One of them declined.
Steve or Sean, can you please turn on your camera and your mic so that we know you're over here?
Yes, do it.
Okay, if you have two devices, you gotta close both the speaker and the mic on one of the two devices.
You're good.
All right, am I good?
Yes, very,
All right.
very good. Okay, if you would please state your name and address, and we're very eager to hear about the Eagle Scout project.
Hi, I'm Sean Baxter. I live on 864 Fifth Ave. And I'm 15 and I'm a Life Scout and Eagle Scout candidate for Troop 184. I would like to propose my Eagle Scout project as a tribute to the Vietnam veterans. This is a group of veterans who fought both on foreign soil and continued to battle at home. These veterans now receive a warm welcome. Face many battles at home, like joblessness, homelessness, and drug addiction. This project is special to me because of the Vietnam veteran plight when they came home, and to honor those Vietnam veterans who served the community of River Edge and the American Legion. My project consists of two parts. The first part, a 2-foot by 6-foot memorial garden to commemorate those who lost their lives. A 2-foot by 6-foot is a standard size for a grave. The garden will have red base flowers, and while I prefer to have poppies, they're not conducive to the area. So whatever red flowers we pick will be a symbol of the poppy. And it will represent the blood that is spilled by the brave warriors on the battlefield. There will also be a second part, which will be a memorial dedicated to the memory of the Vietnam veterans. I have a sample text for the memorial monument so far. We are looking to border it with either stones or beams, depending on where we can dig and where we can put it. I have a team of scouts and adults to help me, assist with the project. And I'm open to any location, though I prefer something by the Veteran Memorial and tennis courts. I will fund this project through a fundraiser and some donations. Thank you for your consideration.
All right, Sean, this is really wonderful. So Sean, I just want to put it on the record. I'm sure you've reached out to the River Edge VFW and they're in support of this. Have they offered any thoughts about where it might be put in relationship to the statue?
I haven't reached out to them at the moment.
Waiting for Pete Marion.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Pete Marion.
Okay, so I think, I can't speak for the council, but I think the council would be expecting that wherever wherever it ends up, it ends up in a place that our VFW is comfortable with, of course. And you would have to coordinate with if the council approves it. I think they will. If the council approves it, it would have to be coordinated with our DPW. So there may be additional permissions that you might need because of its location close to the memorial that we currently have. But I for myself am very excited about it, and I'm always excited about an Eagle Scout project, especially ones that honor our veterans. Is there any member of council who'd like to make a comment or ask a question? Councilman Kanigo.
Thank you. Sounds great. Just a suggestion, maybe get in touch also with the beautification committee. They do a lot of work around those areas, so maybe you can just coordinate, but not a stumbling block in any way. I think it's fantastic, and thank you for thinking of it.
All right, thank you.
Any other member of council? Could I have a I assume by silence that we're for it, but I have a motion and second to approve the basic phase of this project. And of course, Sean, you're going to have to coordinate this all through our business administrator, Ms. Apatola. So every step of the way, and through our superintendent of public works, Mr. Melito. Okay.
Okay.
So moved.
So it's moved. Could I have
Second.
moved in seconded? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Excellent. Sean, good luck with this. I think it's going to be a wonderful addition to River Edge.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, could I have a motion from Councilwoman Montesano Cohen and a second from Councilwoman Kinsella to open for public comments for any item on the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, great. Is there any member of the public who would like to ask a question or make a comment about something on the agenda? We'll be opening for general discussion in a little while, but this is just on the agenda.
So if you have a question or comment regarding the agenda, just raise your hand and I'll allow you to speak and say your name and address. Does not look like there are any questions.
Okay, so seeing none, could I have a motion from Councilman Benson and a second from Councilman Kinigo to close to the public on any item on the agenda?
So move.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Excellent. There are a few monthly reports that are available through the clerk's office, Historic Commission, June, Fire Prevention, April through June, Tax Collector, June. All right, so now we have resolutions 23-215 through 23-219. Is there any member of council who wishes to hold out any of those resolutions for a separate vote, comment, or questions?
Mayor, I just have a question on 23-218. If that can be elaborated a little bit more about the.
Sure, Ms. Apertola, if you could just share that.
This is a resolution to oppose a current pending bill before Congress that would affect municipalities' engagement with broadband companies, cable companies, and it would impact budgets. We receive funding from Cablevision, Optimum, Altice, as well as Verizon under cable franchise fees. Those are items of revenue that are included in our budget. And if Congress does pass this, this would impact our budget approximately about $200,000 of revenue.
Thank you.
Any other member? All right. Could I have Councilman Kaufman please move, and Councilwoman, who's else is on the Finance Committee?
Lisa and Council.
Councilman Montesano Cohen second. Actually, no. Let's hold that back because I thought I was doing the bills. Could I have Councilman Kinsella move and Councilman Benson second, resolution 23-215 through 23-219?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, could I have our Finance Chair, Council President Kaufman move and Councilwoman Montesano second, payment of the bills after they're read into the read them into the record.
At a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, held on July 10, 2023, be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge approve the following expenditures. Current fund, $266,632.55. Capital fund, $8,688. Grant fund, $2,753.34. Animal control fund, $13.80. Trust other fund, $33,413.44. Payroll fund, $15,898. Unemployment trust fund, $645.45. Developers escrow fund, $7,615.84. Recreation trust fund, $4,518.31. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, we have two items for discussion. Item 13A, NJMA MMA legislative update, award window contracts, and then draft ordinance domestic fowl. Ms. Apertola.
Sure. With the first item, I receive, as it occurs, legislative updates from the New Jersey Municipal Managers Association. And one of the updates under the Elections Transparency Act, there was a provision affecting local public contracts law. And since I serve as the borough's qualified purchasing agent, the borough has a threshold of purchases over 44,000 are required to go out to bid if there's no state contract or cooperative contract. Purchases that are up to $6,600. Can be made. Anything over 6,600 requires the solicitation of quotes. There's a provision called window contracts, in which purchases from the quote threshold up to 17,500 can be made internally. Anything between the 17,500 to the bid threshold of 44,000, that's the window contract, in which, in order to award a contract, quotes are solicited and a vendor has to provide pay-to-play documentation. That documentation needs to be provided 10 days before a council meeting, so the purchase can be awarded by resolution. Under this new law, it allows, if a governing body chooses, to have their QPA award these window contracts, still obtain the pay-to-play documents because the auditor does check for that, instead of waiting to put it on a council meeting. And sometimes vendors, they miss that 10-day threshold, and the next meeting could be 2, 3, 4 weeks later, and that could also impact holding a price for the borough. If the governing body is in favor of doing this, all that would have to be done is to amend the ordinance for my role as borough administrator, the section under the QPA portion, to state that I would be allowed to award window contracts upon receipt of the proper documentation.
Okay, Mr. Sarlo, comment? You're muted. For the public's benefit, Mr. Sarlo is our borough attorney.
Sorry, Mayor. No, this is actually very good for the borough. It gives you more flexibility, can speed up the process of awarding contracts. Nothing to add from the legal line.
Okay, any member of council wish to make a comment, a question? Council President Kaufman.
I think it's a great idea. Anything we can do to speed up the flow of business and make sure we get the best price available. It's a good idea.
Any other member of council wish to make a comment, ask a question, enter into debate? All right, so, Councilwoman Kinsella.
I agree as well. And is that, when would that take into effect, or is it already?
Well, the state law is in effect, but it's not automatic. An ordinance has to be adopted. So we would introduce at the August 14th meeting, adopt in September. So by mid-September, it would be effective. And ultimately, bills are paid by the governing body. Nothing goes without verification, and everything is seen on the bill list, all of our expenditures.
Excellent. I think it helps with efficiency, and hopefully will allow us to get the very best price and therefore serve the people of River Edge in the most frugal way possible. So could I, if the council is interested in this, could I have a quick motion and second to having Lizette prepare an ordinance amendment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, is there any abstentions? Are there any no's? All right, Lizette, let's go to item 13B.
This has been recommended by the Board of Health. In our borough code, we do not have anything allowing or prohibiting domestic fowl for people to have chickens, roosters on their property. And based on issues that had been presented to the Board of Health, they are recommending that the mayor and council adopt and codify an ordinance to prohibit domestic fowl. And that way they could take enforcement activities in case somebody is in violation.
I think this is pretty much a no-brainer, but I could be wrong. Any comment or debate or consideration from council? Councilman Kanigo.
Is this something that we should have a hearing on, and how many people in River Edge does it affect? How many complaints have they received? What kind of complaints? Can we just hear a little more about it?
Well, the hearing would be at the ordinance level. I do not know how many complaints the Board of Health has received. There was a recent one at their meeting that happened at the same time of our last meeting. but it is enough activity for the Board of Health to request legislation on it.
I have a question.
Councilwoman Monsanto.
So I took a look at the proposed ordinance, but I don't see any fines or any monetary implications. How would that be then enforced?
I believe in our borough code, we have a general language regarding fines. So this is their draft and just add the
I
clause.
thought there were fines at the end.
Yeah, at the end,
Yeah.
section 7.
Yeah, there's penalties there.
Yeah, it's $250,
1,000.
up to $1,000.
And that's in accordance with the current fine ordinance that you mentioned, Lisa. That's I guess what I'm
Yes,
trying
that,
to.
that's within
Okay.
the parameters.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so if the council is the council in agreement that this is something we should do, we're going to have to amend our ordinance or write a new one, depending on how the language is created. If the council is in agreement that this should be done, could I have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Are there any abstentions? Hearing none, it is so moved. Okay, Lizette, any other items for discussion?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, Ms. Apatola. New business, is there any new business before this body? Old business, is there any old business before this body? All right, could I have a motion from Councilman Monsanto Cohen and a second from Councilman Benson to open to the public for public comments?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All right. I remind the public that each person can speak for about 2 minutes. We'll keep track of that. Mr. Sarlo, if you could keep track of those 2 minutes, that would be great. And so is there any member of public who would like to speak on any item at all?
Natalia Blatel.
Hello,
Hi, if you could just say your name and address.
my name Natalia Blatel, and my address is 421 Windsor Road.
Welcome, Natalia. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Yes, thank you. I have concerns like many other residents from our town regarding school reconfiguration and all the impacts on our life and safety and traffic. And we have Chief of Police Michael Walker report stating that this plan they cannot support, and it's gonna affect seriously and negatively on our traffic and safety. As well, we had another independent company which came and showed another report that it's traffic will increase by 45%. And despite so many reports that we're gonna face tremendous traffic in our town, our superintendent and Board of Education, they still want to proceed with this reconfiguration. And I'm here to ask Mayor and Council to give authority to Lizette Apatola, our Board Administrator, to contact Traffic Engineering Department of Bergen County. I already spoke with Eugene Murphy from that department, and I told him that Kinder-Kamak is a major road where New Jersey Transit buses go, so many residents drive through, and it's gonna bring not just 10, 20 cars, it's gonna put more, like 100 cars on that road, and it's gonna affect River Edge, it's gonna affect Oradell, Emerson, and Lake County should look into the traffic, and at least we have to let other towns to know what's going on, and they gonna, like, residents and commuters gonna be affected by what we're doing in River Edge. and who is actually in charge and responsible. We want also people to know that our superintendent and Board of Education have this in plan and they don't
5
listen
minutes, 5
residents.
seconds.
All right, that's all. I just asking you for help and
Natalia,
reach out to.
I'm gonna read into the record a statement after all the public comments, but I will tell you this.
Yes.
Lizette Apatola is our business administrator. When you made your request to her, she immediately called me, which is the process.
Thank you.
And I asked for her to check with our borough engineer to see if we had jurisdiction in this area. And our borough attorney, and we do. And so where we have jurisdiction, of course, we want to protect and or the concerns of our residents, protect public safety. So we've already had our borough engineer speak to the county. The county has reported back that a member of the public can't ask for a review, but the town can. So I've already had a conversation with our borough attorney and our borough administrator, and we're moving forward with that. So I want you to know that that will occur because there we do have jurisdiction.
Okay, thank you. Just one more comment, please. Can you
Well,
set
your
it
2
up?
minutes is up. If you can keep it very, very short, because we
Short.
have to be
We
consistent.
should do study in September when schools are open and no holidays.
No.
and
I'm
half
going to
days.
stop you there. So you asked
Okay.
for the county to do study. I don't know when the county will start it,
Okay.
but that's their schedule. So I would assume that they would probably do it in September, but
That would be awesome.
I can't speak for them. Okay.
Thank you. Understood. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. I see Carmen's hand is up.
Carmen, please just state your name and address.
Yes, hi, Carmen Philbin, 219 Dorchester Road. I wanted to bring up, this question has been asked before, but I wanted to bring up again the topic of a non-binding referendum regarding reconfiguration.
So I'm going to stop you there, and I'm going to go straight to our borough attorney so that he can give the legal answer to that question. It has come up before, and he is ready with that.
It has, yes, and I'm sorry, I have a copy of the April 24 minutes, Mr. Sarlo, so I don't know if you have any additional information to that, but I did read that.
Yeah, there's no change, Mayor. My position has not changed legally. The mayor and council does not have authority to do a non-binding referendum on an issue that they have no control over. It hasn't changed, and quite frankly, Mayor, it's not going to change.
At this point, I'm sure everyone's aware, Chief Walker wrote a 5-page report regarding traffic and safety. So this involves the municipality already. It's not just a school issue. The municipality is involved with this. I also wanted to ask, in regards to that April 24th meeting, Mr. Sarlo, you stated in the minutes, it is your opinion that the governing body does not have this authority. We have over 800 signatures on change.org against reconfiguration. We have collected over 200 signatures, wet signatures. Given this large number of signatures on petitions against reconfiguration, would you be open to a second legal opinion regarding this?
No, I have to give a legal opinion to the mayor and council. They tasked me to do that. You certainly can hire your own attorneys, but again, I represent the mayor and council. That's my opinion. Sometimes the mayor and council follow my opinion, sometimes they don't. But in this case, I don't seek second opinions from outside counsel in situations. So the answer is respectfully no. I've rendered my opinion. It's sound, and the mayor and council can do what they wish with it.
So, I'm sorry, Mayor. I don't
how
know if
much
you
time
wish
does
to-
she have left, Mr. Sarlo?
I stopped it when I'm speaking, Mayor, so she has a good 50 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Yes. My question still remains. I actually communicated with the town clerk today and the borough, the county clerk No one can seem to answer the question of who would put this on the ballot. And my last comment that I'd like to make is the statute states that the municipality, if the municipality desires to ascertain the sentiment of voters, they can do so. So it's almost, to me, starting to get to the point of, can you do it or do you desire to do it? And that to me is two different questions. The deadline for this is August 18th, and some people are telling us go to Board of Ed, go to the municipality, and it just feels like we're getting the runaround until we reach August 18th. Thank you.
You're welcome, Carmen. Is there any other member of the public who'd like to ask a question or make a comment?
I don't see one right now. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry.
Liz Davis.
Okay, Liz Davis, name and address.
Liz, your mic is closed.
Is it on now?
Yes, it is. Go ahead, Liz.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Keep going.
This is a question for the mayor and for the attorney. You know, given that there's been such uproar about this with the police coming out and saying the traffic, and then, you know, one of the board members not wanting to vote on it because of the traffic. And she said something that really resonated. She said, if there's even one accident, this is all over. What is your opinion if there is an accident? Who is responsible at this point? Like, Paramus is in a 5-year lawsuit, as we know, for the Board of Ed. So you have all of this knowable stuff out there. What is shouldn't the mayor and council, at least the attorney, have to render an opinion when it's the safety of potentially what might happen? Because, I mean, what happens if it's really bad? Who's responsible? Who pays? How will it financially affect, obviously, the town? But I just wanted your opinion.
I'm gonna let our Mr. Sarlo address that. But basically, the law does not give us jurisdiction over reconfiguration, and so therefore, we're obligated to make it work, whatever the school board does. Mr. Sarlo and Mr. Our labor attorney, who is also a Board of Education attorney, says this happens all across the state. So we're essentially held harmless. We don't want anyone to ever get
held harmless.
We're
What
not
if somebody
saying that.
is killed?
I'm just addressing. Let me finish. I let you talk.
Yeah,
So
you're not answering
we
that.
don't want anyone to be hurt. But
what if they are? It's a hypothetical. What if they are? Who
I
is
don't know that we can
responsible?
answer hypotheticals, but I will hand that off to Mr. Sarlo.
Because if you know, just to misstart, if you know something going in is dangerous and you've got all of this noble stuff, isn't that kind of gross negligence? Aren't you saying we knew it was a problem and we did it anyway? I mean, if your foot got run over, wouldn't you be like, hey, wait a minute, didn't the police chief say something? I just really want a serious answer, like what do we do? Because that could happen. And that's what a board member is concerned about. And that's what the town is concerned about. What happens? We just say, oh, sorry, held harmless. How would that stand up if they knew going in there was a problem and it happened? Okay.
Mayor, the town has Title 59 defenses. We have JIF insurance, and it's a very vague question, unfortunately, that I cannot answer. That, if there's an accident as a result of the configuration, not as a result of someone's negligence causing the accident. So unfortunately, it's too vague of a question, and I cannot really answer a hypothetical. There are multiple facts that go into a car accident and negligence on whether it's the other driver, the entity, or so forth like that. And again, there's multiple Title 59 defenses available to the town. So I don't want to not answer the question, but unfortunately, I cannot answer the question.
So Liz, we absolutely do not want to ever see any accidents occur in the borough. My God, that would be the worst thing ever.
Not unlikely with 45% projected on a sunny day. It's not unlikely that even the board member brought it up. Said,
yeah,
what
Liz,
happened?
You're talking to the wrong entity. This is the
They don't listen.
if if the BOE makes this decision, the BOE makes this decision, and Chief Walker and the Police Department and Traffic and Safety and the council and our JIF, the Joint Insurance Fund, and our borough attorney, we're all going to try to figure out how to make it as safe as possible and as correct as possible. And that's where we're at. And I appreciate it. And I think we now have Jay Noah. Jay Noah.
Liz, just if you could give your address.
Oh, Liz, you never gave your address.
I did, 290, oh, maybe I was muted, 291 Monroe.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks.
Jay Noah.
Name and address, please.
Jennifer Berninger, 205 Madison Avenue. I just
Hey,
wanted
Jennifer.
to hi, I just wanted to tag on to what Liz was saying. You know, Paramus going on 5 years and the BOE voted on whatever was going on there. You know, we have a lot of residents coming to us as real estate agents asking us these questions. It's not just, we're not making them up out of
No, I don't.
whole cloth. So we're concerned. We have families that are moving in. They're concerned.
Yeah.
They're talking a lot about having these kids walking and riding their bicycles, almost pushing I've seen accidents on Elm. I'm right on the corner of Elm. Somebody hit my neighbor's car and the car went up on the curb and almost hit kids walking home from school. We cannot, our town has changed a lot, I think, since COVID. We have a lot more prime trucks, UPS, everybody's getting everything delivered. So we have a lot more traffic. Cars are speeding down my street, Elm, all the time. So the concern is real for the whole town. And I guess that's what our thought process is. You know, you could have seniors who are walking on Elm. There's just a lot. It's a walking town. It is a bike riding town. And we just have to be really concerned. And I guess we're reaching out to you because we're not really getting listened to by the Board of Ed. And I know it's not your jurisdiction, but I guess this is where we might be able to get heard and find out what legal ways we can do it. I mean, we're finding.
We
every
can't
way
give
we
you legal
can.
advice, but we absolutely can give.
No,
you
I don't mean
forum,
legal advice, just
no,
what's
we
in
can
the
give you a forum to
jurisdiction.
speak, and that's what we want you to be able to do if that's what you want to do. Go, so continue. I just wanted to.
No, that's just a concern. The safety is really a #1 concern, and that's just, you know, my son was on that Paramus bus, so I'm really in tune with what's going on. He was a teacher's aide, so yeah.
Well, as a school teacher myself, you know, it's a concern. It is a concern.
And we have to be concerned with other towns that use our town to cross through. We have people coming all through our town, flying up the streets, and just add more parents, 45% increase in traffic, and we don't know what that's going to entail. So
I get it.
That's all.
Yeah. No, it's.
I wanted to say.
Yeah. All right, Sebastian.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, great, thank you. Sebastian Moscarello, 781 Fifth Ave. So just to relay on the previous speakers.
Sure.
Listen, I mean, just to speak directly here, this is the biggest thing going on in River Edge right now, whether you like it or not. You guys are the mayor and the council. You can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to respond to it. Mr. Kaninga was nice enough to relay a message from me to Mrs. Danahy, which was great. Unfortunately, that's fallen on deaf ears, like other members have spoken about today, whether it's either the superintendent or the Board of Education. This is serious. We've got over, I think it was mentioned 800, we're at over 1,000 signatures of residents in River Edge that are against this. We have signs all over town. We have a police report out that's against this. We are about to hire an attorney to potentially sue the school district for this. This is no joke. So if you want to ignore it, you can. But I'm telling you, the microphone's going to be in your face fairly soon, as we have another year or so before this eventually goes into play. I think Ms. Danahy is targeting next September. So all I'm telling you, I don't need a response now. Get aware of the situation. It's not a joke. The biggest situation happening in River Edge. And I think as this committee, you guys are the governing body of this town. You need to pay attention to this.
Well, I think your characterization of us not ignoring it is an unfair characterization, but I understand your sentiment and I understand your emotion. We are doing everything that we are permitted to do, given our jurisdiction, which includes asking the Bergen County to review the traffic and safety report from the chief and from the Board of Education. I'm going to make a statement to that in a few minutes. But Sebastian, you're running for council, so let me just say this to you. You have to act within the law when you're a public official, and so you can't act as an
And what
individual.
and what does the law say about having a relationship with the superintendent and conveying the public comment to the superintendent?
I did. I promised you I would, and I did. I said to
Okay,
her,
and what happened?
she heard it, and that was it.
That's not enough. That is not enough. I'm sorry.
Well,
If you
Sebastian, I
think this is,
appreciate you coming here.
unless you feel this is something that's good for the town, that's a different story. If you're,
Sebastian, I'm not going to take a position, neither is the council in a public session. We've been advised by council not to take a position. When you're advised by legal counsel to do something, you place yourself in jeopardy when it's not. But we have to stop the back and forth. I appreciate it. We'll see if there's anyone else who would like to speak. Is there any other member who would like to speak?
I see no other hands raised.
Could I have a motion to close to the public at this time for open public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to read into the record. I've shared this with the chief of police, and I've shared this with our council president and our borough attorney and our business administrator. Public safety has always been a priority of the River Edge Mayor, Council, and Police Department. Despite any changes that the Board of Education statutorily, that means given their legal authority, statutorily chooses to make now or in the future, we will always address the concerns of our residents and will be prepared to protect our community. In this vein, and in response to residents' concerns, we are sending the 2 traffic studies to the County of Bergen for review of the impact of this proposed change on county roads. That is within our jurisdiction, and we will do everything within our jurisdiction to act. Any member of council wish to make a comment? We're at council comments at this time. All right. So we'll now be going into closed session. So let me read this into the record. Could I have a motion from Councilman Benson and a second from Councilman Kanigo to go into closed session? 23-221 resolution to go into closed session and exclude the public. Personnel, NJSA 10:4 through 12 B8, police chief contract. All right.
So moved. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Since we will not be taking, Mr. Sarlo, double check me on this. Since we will not be taking any action, we will be closing the meeting and not returning. Is that correct?
Yes, Mayor.
All right, so we thank the public for coming. We thank the public for their comments, and we're glad to give them a platform to share their comments. And so we appreciate that. All right, could I have a motion to adjourn the public session for the evening?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned and we'll meet in closed session in a few moments. Okay, thank you.
Good night, everybody.